Canto 5. Thus I descended from the first circle down into the second, which encompasses less space, and so much greater pain that it stings to wailing. There, Minos sits horrific and grins, examines the crimes upon the entrance judge, and sends according as he girds himself. I say that when the ill-born spirit comes before him, it confesses all, and that sin discerner sees what place in hell is for it, and with his tail makes as many circles around himself as the degrees he will have it to descend. Always before him stands a crowd of them. They go each in his turn to judgment, they tell and hear, and then are whirled down. O thou who comest to the abode of pain, said Minos to me when he saw me leaving the act of that great office. Look how thou enterest in whom thou trustest. Let not the wideness of the entrance deceive thee. And my guide to him, why criest thou too? Hinder is not fated in going. Thus it is willed where what is willed can be done, and ask no more. Now begin the doleful notes to reach me. Now my come where much lamenting strikes me. I came into a place void of all light, which bellows like the sea in tempest when it is combated by warring winds. The hellish storm which never rests leads the spirits with its sweep, swirling and smiting it vexes them. When they arrive before the ruin, there the shrieks, moanings, and lamentation. There they blaspheme the divine power. I learned that to such torment are doomed the carnal sinners who subject reason to lust. And as their wings bear along the starlings as the cold season, enlarging crowded troops will that blast the evil spirits. Hither, thither, down, up it leads them. No hope ever comforts them, not of rest, but even of less pain. And as the cranes go chanting their lays, making a long streak of themselves in the air, so I saw the shadows come, uttering wails, borne by that strife of winds. Whereat I said, Master, who are those people whom the black air thus lashes? The first concerning whom thou seekest to know, he then replied, was Empress of many tongues. With the vice of lecture she was so broken that she made lust and law alike in her decree to take away the blame she had incurred. She is Semiramis, of whom we read that she succeeded Ninus, and was a spouse, which she held the land which the Soldan rules. That other is she who slew herself in love and broke faith to the ashes of Zacchaeus. Next comes luxurious Cleopatra, Helena sea, for whom so long a time of ill revolved, and nay the great Achilles, who fought at last with love. See Paris, Tristan, and more than 1,000 shades he showed to me, and pointing with his finger named to me those whom love had parted from her life. After I had heard my teacher name the olden dames and cavaliers, pity came over me, and I was as if bewildered. And I began, Poet, willingly would I speak with those two that go together, that seem so light upon the wind. And he to me, Thou shalt see when they are nearer to us, and do thou then entreat them by that love which leads them, and they will come. As soon as the wind bends them to us, I raise my voice, O wearied soul, come to speak with us, if none denies it. As those called by desire, with raised and steady wings will come through the air to their loved nest, borne by their will, so those spirits issued from the band where Dido is, coming to us through the malignant air. Such was the force of my affectuous cry. O living creature, gracious and benign, that goes through the black air, visiting us who stain the earth with blood. If the King of the universe were our friend, we would pray him for thy peace, seeking that thou hast pity of our perverse misfortune. Of that which it pleases to hear thee to hear and to speak, we will hear and speak with you, whilst the wind now is silent for us. The town where I was born sits on the shore, where Poe descends to rest with his attendant streams. Love which is quickly caught and gentle heart took him with the fair body of which I was bereft, and the manner still afflicts me. Love to which to no loved one permits excuse for loving took me so strongly with delight in him, that as thou seest, even now it leaves me not. Love led us to one death, kind awaits for him who quenched our life. These words from them were offered to us. After I heard those wounded souls, I bowed my face, and held it low until the poet said to me, What are thou thinking of? When answered, I began, Ah me! What sweet thoughts, what longing led them to the woeful pass? Then I turned again to them, and I spoke and began, Francesca, thy torments make me weep with grief and pity. But tell me, in the time of the sweetest sighs, by what and how love granted you to know the dubious desires. And she to me, there is no greater pain than to recall a happy time in wretchedness, and this thy teacher knows. But if thou hast such desire to learn the first root of our love, I will do like one who weeps and tells. One day for pastime we read with Lancelot how love constrained him. We were alone and without all suspicion. Several times that reading urged our eyes to meet and changed the color of our faces, but one moment alone it was that overcame us. When we read how the fond smile was kissed by such a lover, he who shall never be divided from me kissed my mouth all trembling. The book and he who wrote it was a Gallardo. That day we read in it no further. Whilst the one spirit thus spake, the other swept so, that I fainted with pity as if I had been dying, and fell as a dead body falls.